Welcome to the Living the Gimmick podcast, where the takes are hot, the debates are real, and just like the best in the business, we never break kayfabe.
Give me 2 taps and a Ric Flair.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Tay.
It's the neighborhood Uncle Trap.
Teddy Royce.
And this is the Living the Gimmick podcast.
Yes, sir.
Back,
Yes, sir.
gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back.
How we doing?
Beautiful.
Oh, I'm
Beautiful?
Beautiful.
great.
Yes.
Man, Elimination Chamber was wild. We are going to talk about everything that happened, and even, yes, that one thing at the end. We got it all covered. You're going to get our reactions of the biggest moments of the night. And you know what? Let's just get into it, okay? We're going to be talking Cena versus Cody. It's official. Randy Orton attacks KO. Jade Cargill makes a statement, and the WrestleMania picture is getting clearer. It's all coming into view.
Yes.
So first off, y'all, just for the whole PLE, what is y'all's one-word reaction to Elimination Chamber 2025?
Shocking. Shocking. In a nutshell, that's what it was for me. It was shocking to see things get solidified as far as like the picks that we had.
Yeah.
Maybe it didn't go right as how we expected, but the end result was still the end result.
Yeah.
And yeah, if I could add another word, vicious.
Vicious
It was
is good.
vicious.
Yeah. I'm going to say cinema.
Oh yeah.
Cinema.
It
I like that.
It was cinema from beginning to end. Like we talked about it a lot last year. Like I love when the show from beginning to end, one, you don't know what's going to happen, the unpredictability, but everything that does happen makes sense. And it makes you think, God dang, what did I just watch?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say cinema.
Absolutely.
Cinema is what I'm going to say.
Cinema, shocking. I like that.
I like that a lot.
Y'all want to know my word?
Yeah.
Chaos.
You was asking?
Yeah, you was asking for it.
My boy Levy, we shouted you out last week, and I asked you to just add a little bit more chaos, and you delivered. You did not disappoint. Paul Triple H Levesque, a.k.a. Levesque, a.k.a. my boy Levy, thank you so much for all that you do. We love you.
Round of applause, man. Round of applause.
Great job.
For keeping the fan in mind
Yes.
through your booking. We appreciate you. We really do.
But how you don't exactly listen. It's like we're listening, but we gonna give you that little bit that you were not expecting at all.
Exactly.
We're gonna give you what you don't even know you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Valid.
absolutely.
That's valid because I didn't know I needed Cena and them boys to beat him down like that.
No.
No, I needed it, but I definitely needed it.
I didn't.
Cena and The Rock to join up.
Yeah.
Because my thing, the night was already great for me.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It was already great. After the EC match was over,
Mhm.
I had low-key forgot we still had Cody and The Rock.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. I wasn't tracking on that, and I
Mhm.
definitely wasn't tracking on it to happen when it happened. Because,
No.
like usually, like in the Elimination Chamber, the person that won, and the guy that he's going up against will have their moment in the ring
That's
and
what
all of that.
was gonna be.
Okay, boom. But then when the music drops, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess we're doing it now. We ain't got to go to a commercial or nothing
Right.
like that. We can just, or intermission, we can just go right into it. All right. But then as Travis Scott and Rock are coming down,
Mm-hmm.
the Cena's still in the ring. And I'm like,
And
that's where my mind started. I'm like, why is he still in the ring?
So-
I think got nothing to do with him.
so yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't think Cena was turning. That never crossed my mind.
Yeah.
But I did. Like I asked, I was like, was Cena still in the ring? What's going on?
Yeah.
Like, but I never thought that he was turning. Like, that never crossed my mind through that whole situation. Even after Cody gave his response, because in the background you see Cena jumping around and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so this what we in and off with.
Right.
A little high moment, they gonna walk away, whatever. That's what I thought it was. We're gonna get into it later.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I definitely got something to say.
Because I was just gonna skip to that segment.
No.
We got let's
We're gonna let this cook. We're gonna let this simmer.
You say I gotta cook the bird slow. I don't want to burn it. That's
You don't want to burn it. You don't want to burn it.
Absolutely.
But I will say, before we get into it, I will say, if y'all don't know by now, when we make predictions, we normally hit them.
Yeah.
It might not be detail by detail, all this other stuff, but if we make a prediction, we normally hit them. Because if you watch that show from the first match to the end, whatever prediction we gave, 99% it hit.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you were listening
I hope you were.
because Triple H was.
He definitely listened to us.
He definitely,
He
listened
definitely
to-
did. He definitely did. I cannot wait to get to that segment. Let's go. Let's go ahead and put this in the slow cook.
Yeah, we're gonna. It's in the slow cooker. Stay tuned. We're gonna talk all about that. So, where are we gonna start? Jade Cargill returns and attacks Naomi. Before the women's elimination chamber match.
Let me just say something real quick. My brother Teddy here.
Mm-hmm.
He laid out a scenario.
Talk about it.
He laid out a scenario of how this could happen.
Yes.
The only difference was Bianca was not involved
In any of it.
The only major difference in the prediction is that Jay didn't take a spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was he did say that, but what he did, Jay may have not have taken that spot, and Bianca may have not have been in the ring when it went down. But boy, did he call before the match goes. Jade is gonna enter. Her music is gonna hit before that chamber door closes, and boy, was he right.
Boy.
I didn't think she's gonna get whooped down like that, boy.
I ain't never seen in all of my years of watching professional wrestling through several organizations, I have never seen a woman get beat down the way Naomi got beat down. Naomi, we love you over here. We really do.
We do
But,
love you.
Man, I ain't never seen that. Was hard to watch. That was hard to watch.
That
was an old-fashioned ass whoop.
Yeah,
no,
that's
what
that was. Like, my Talia was like,
I was in shock.
yeah, my daughter she couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
She was like, why is this happening? I was like, baby, it's a long story.
Here she do that.
Oh, just wait.
Yeah.
All three of them.
And she do it. She really do. You don't know what that did for my daughter to see all three of them come out together week after week, like even at WrestleMania. That was everything for her. You feel what I'm saying? But to see what happened at Elimination Chamber happened, she was like, she did not get it. Her 14-year-old self did not get it.
I'm telling you, little black girls all across the world, not just the country, but the world, were in shock, were flabbergasted, did not know how to take this backlash, let alone the carnage that went down.
Absolutely.
That was, unfortunately, that was little Talia real introduction to being a pro wrestling fan.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Bless her heart.
No, seriously. Like,
see some crazy
for her era of like
Yes.
her era of being a fan.
Yes.
Yeah, this was definitely it because she had never seen nothing like that.
It ain't nothing that hurt your heart worse than seeing your favorite team or whoever turn on each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing, because
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
growing up, when Matt turned on Jeff, that hurt my heart.
Yeah, that was weird.
That hurt my heart. That was weird.
That was weird. I never understood that one.
When Seth took that steel chair to the back of them boys,
The shield breaker?
I don't trust nobody. That killed it for me.
Yeah.
That and Roman to this day has not recovered.
He has not. He has not recovered. That
No.
really.
That
I really feel like that.
day.
Yeah, like I really feel like a part of him. I know it's the show and everything,
Yeah.
but I feel like a part of him really.
Yeah. Like you didn't have to
hurt
give me
by that.
that
Like,
hard.
you ain't had to do that. Like not like that.
All that.
You could have tripped me down the steps, like curb stomped me or something, bro. You put everything you had into that chair shot.
Speaking of Roman, we're gonna get back to the women's EC, but speaking of Roman, I don't know if you've seen, but he posted on X that he coming back and receipts are on the way.
That goes into our final segment.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about all of this, how Roman is gonna fit, how we believe all of this is gonna take place and happen. But let's keep the main thing the main thing. I would like to take this time to thank the entire women's division for that women's Elimination Chamber match. Gentlemen, let's take this time to give them a round of applause. I would argue the best women's Elimination Chamber match to date.
Yeah, absolutely. Start to finish, absolutely.
And shout out to Liv. I didn't realize this until Cole brought it up, but she's been in every single women's Elimination Chamber match that there's ever seen.
Yeah.
Single one.
Shout out to you, Liv.
Absolutely.
You are shining, man.
Shout out, because in the ones that I remember she was in, Liv took the worst beating. All of them.
Yeah.
She's never scared of a bump.
She took the worst beating. Because there was one when Shayna ran through everyone. Oh, she took her time with Liv.
Yeah.
She took her time with Liz.
Yeah.
That whip she took from Bianca hanging off of the cage.
Yeah. And I want to say something. I'm sick and tired of y'all talking about, oh, they piped in crowd noise, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. I don't care what they doing. This is a show at the end of the day. But what you can't fake is that welt that went across her stomach. You can't.
And
Can't fake that.
that came from the entire audience.
You can't fake that.
And let me give y'all a little bit of a culture lesson for the listeners that don't understand how bad that hurts. Weave is very heavy when you bundle it together.
And at the end,
it's hard. And at the end of it too, that is like cracking a whip across somebody.
It is reinforced.
It is not that deal that Bianca do coming down. You hear that.
Yeah, you hear that. And
you hear that whistle. Like, stop playing.
And at the end, to keep it together, at the end, what they got to do to keep it together, all that stuff hardens up.
Yeah.
And everything, and it will rip your skin.
Yeah, that's the whip.
Yeah.
That hurt in real life.
Real life.
So they might have over exaggerated the sound, but I guarantee you, everybody in that cage heard that actual whip.
And the person on the receiving end felt it even more.
You can't tell her that. You can't tell Liv it was fake.
Okay. Can't tell her that.
No.
Can't tell her that.
Not at all.
Listen. So, Jade attacked Naomi. Bianca, while in the cage, seemed distraught, disheveled, and confused.
Seemed is a magic word.
Okay.
Seemed.
Where do you think Bianca's role has to play? Because on Monday Night Raw, she was talking to Montez, talking about we gonna celebrate after this. It didn't seem like she was very worried about Naomi's whereabouts or Jade's whereabouts, for that matter. She wasn't looking over her shoulder or nothing, but at the same time, you weren't concerned about Naomi either. That seemed a little sketchy to me.
And like we talked about after the show happened, at the EC, after she won the match, there was no rush to go check on Naomi.
No.
And she hung around for the post conference. And after post conference, it was, I'm sorry this happened, yeah, but I gotta focus. But your best friend is in the hospital right now. And there wasn't no worry or nothing to go check on her. So like, what we doing?
Yeah, I think Naomi took a beating for something she more than likely didn't do.
I think it's either, and we talked about it.
Yeah.
Either I think it could be three things. It could be Jade and Bianca and Naomi did take her out. That's one. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's either Bianca and Jade are in cahoots, or it could be that Bianca was the one who did it, but Jade couldn't get to her. Now I say that because remember I told you when Jade came to the ring, she didn't acknowledge Bianca one time.
Right.
Didn't look at her, none of that. So, I mean, to me, it's either Naomi's the culprit or Jade and Bianca are in cahoots.
I don't know. As far as Jade and Bianca, I don't know how you are in cahoots with taking yourself out of a story, well, not a storyline, but out of being a champion.
Yeah.
Like I don't, I don't.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
I don't know. I'm not saying that it can't happen. I just don't see where it necessarily fits in.
Do you think in the explanation of I'll do this right now to take myself out because we're already tag team champions, but to isolate Naomi in the long run, to get rid of her in the long run. So we'll take this little lick now, but we playing long ball.
Then why don't they, as the tag team champions, just attack Naomi and go on a
right? That could
because you gotta get the people to hate Naomi. If they turn, cool, whatever. But right now, it's looking like because Jade attacked Naomi, it's looking like Naomi's the bad guy in this, and Jade just got her get back. So if they attack her, now everybody loves Naomi even more. That ain't what they want. Make it seem like Naomi took her out, so y'all get back and expose her. Everybody hates Naomi now.
I can see.
Now I don't think that's gonna happen because everybody loves Naomi. So
right.
that might be faulty, thoughts they have.
Right.
But I think that's what the intent is, to make it seem like she wanted to get in the spotlight so bad she was willing to take us out and break up what we had.
I mean I could see that. I just think that I'm still because I know at first I said that Naomi definitely did it, but then I was like, how culpable Bianca is and all of this. But when I go back and think about it, I'm kind of half and half on it, right? Because of the, Naomi, I was a tag team champion when I walked out of the business, when I walked out of the company, and then when I come back, you get all this love from the WWE audience that I was once getting. I'm really kind of the third wheel. It seems like I'm the third wheel in this whole situation.
And I was here before you.
Exactly. Y'all two together are getting a lot of shine. I'm losing every match I got. Now there's an opportunity for me to hold something that I never lost. So I'm still kind of on that end of it. At the same time, I think Bianca going towards something you had mentioned before some time back, giving light to Bianca walking out and what she says in her theme music when her and Jade come out together. I never needed you at all.
Right.
And there's stuff going online saying that they don't really vibe like that. And then when it plays out on camera, somebody mentions it, Bianca's whole demeanor kind of changes. So I think that Bianca may have done I'm going to put a Naomi wardrobe get up on to make it seem like this is something Naomi did and she take the heat for it. That's how I view it. Because if you look at it, it looks like she got thrown off of something and pushed in. And maybe before she faded out, the last thing she sees is some neon green and something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I really don't. A lot of me thinks Naomi ain't had nothing to do with that.
I understand that token, but we got to look at how they presented it to us, the audience. They didn't present it as a pre-recorded. We gonna go back and see what happened to Jade. They presented it like it happened live.
Right.
And when it happened live, Bianca was in the ring. So you got to take it from that perspective. That's how they presented it to us.
Right.
So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But when you look at how the incident was presented, it has to be like, oh, and that's when I go back to when Kishi ran over Austin back in the day.
Right.
When it happened live, you got to look at the live footage, who was there when the thing went down.
Right.
Right? So if we apply that same aspect, Bianca can't be a she can't be a suspect because she was in the ring having a match.
Right. But then now fast forward, we figure out Rikishi was behind the wheel.
But you couldn't see who was behind the wheel.
No, you couldn't see who was behind the wheel, but you definitely didn't see who tossed Jade over a balcony.
Right.
Either.
But because they presented it to where it's happening live and Bianca was in the ring, you can't place her as a suspect because she was in, like, out of everybody involved in this whole thing, the only person we knew was not around when when it happened to Jade, when they presented it, was Bianca and whoever she was in the ring with. Everybody else is up in the air. That's what I'm saying.
No, I got you.
Presented like, well, let's go back to earlier in the day when we found they presented like it happened live in the moment.
Yeah.
So the only two people that's
safe
is Bianca and whoever she was in the ring with.
What's she in the ring with?
I don't know.
I like to say it was Io.
I want to say it was Io.
Was it Io?
I think it was in that tournament, and I like to say it was Io.
It may based on how it's presented, yes, I definitely get you. Just kind of looking, given the reasons behind it, kind of looking past what was presented to the audience a little bit. That's where I'm like,
I can understand that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
If you're going with what you said, then you can put it to where Bianca wants to put them against each other to make they get eliminate each other. And now maybe I never need you at all is for both of them.
It could be.
Because you can have that thing where Bianca and Jay have the back and forth, but then you can also say, out of this whole situation, if Naomi's innocent, but who had the most to gain by Jay getting taken out?
Let me break this down to you in terms of how female friend groups kind of break down.
Okay.
In female friend groups, whether you have 3, you have 5, 4, doesn't matter. There's always 2 that are the best friends. We're all
I can get
best friends.
But it's 2.
It's 2 best friends.
When that group ain't together, there's 2 that's going to be.
These the 2 that, they have the separate text outside of the group text.
That's Bianca and Jade.
Well, maybe Naomi is upset because Naomi is like, yeah, but me and you been here. Like, I've been down with you. I took you under my wing and let you elevate yourself to even above me. And now you with this other chick who is new here. And now y'all are buddy, went off and did a tag team. Why couldn't it be all of us? Y'all forgot about me.
Because I'm out real quick. Because to that, in the trio, who has the most in common? Naomi and Bianca. They're both multiple time world champions.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both now former tag team champions. A couple times over now. So it's like when you're looking at equals, and then you're looking at some, you know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like Naomi, where I'm at, and Naomi could have done this. Like, she feels like she's probably taking a back seat to the new girl.
I'm glad you brought that up about Bianca and Naomi being there, because before Naomi left, she was never with Bianca. She was with Sasha.
She was with Sasha.
So that could be a thing. Like, maybe Bianca was like, okay, well, don't get jealous of me now, because before she got here, you wasn't running with
like that.
That's
like,
true.
you left.
Yeah.
You left too.
You was with old girl. Y'all was at the top. And now you came back. Old girl ain't here no more. Now you want to run with us. We buddy. So I get what you said as far as accolades, but I'd say as far as status and how people view them, I'd say Bianca and Jade has more in common, because up until recently, Bianca wasn't looked at as one of the top women. Up until she had the WrestleMania moment, she still wasn't number 1. They still put Sasha and them above her. When they put the 2 black girls together, it was Sasha and Naomi.
Yeah.
So now that's why I feel like Jade and Bianca has clicked, because Jade is dealing with what Bianca had already had to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they click more. They're the ones who had the matching outfits, and Naomi just kind of color coordinated.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I feel like in this trio, the 2 best friends,
it's Bianca
and Jade.
That's why when Naomi and Bianca clicked up, now they're overly wearing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we got all the TikTok together. We got all of Naomi is like, yeah, girl, it's really me. Do we really need her?
Yeah, that's why I feel like it's more Jade is. That's why I say who has the most to gain. When Jade is gone, Naomi now becomes a champion that she didn't win, and she now gets to replace Jade and try to win Bianca over. And now it's like, oh, she gone now. Now we can really do it up for real.
I feel you. Now, if it does end up being that this was a cahoots thing between Jade and Bianca,
Triple H need to sign me.
Sign you, yes. But I think my prediction of Naomi is what kind of everybody's been kind of calling for her next.
Yeah.
For Naomi to turn heel?
Not
to be with the bloodline?
Yeah.
Well, I think she'd have no other choice then.
Well, yeah, and Nia is her backup. Nia is her partner.
That couldn't work, but ain't they on 2 different shows right now?
Yeah, but things can change.
I mean, I know the draft.
Like that.
I know the draft is
good. Things can change.
They on different shows, right? Which we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But since we're on the topic of Bianca, shout out to you, Bianca, for being the only 2-time women's Elimination Chamber winner. Why can't I talk when I'm on here with y'all?
Oh, she did win that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is the first and only 2-time women's Elimination Chamber winner. Once again, making history. Bianca, I love you, and we'll talk a little bit more later. So on Monday night, Io Sky got the victory against Rhea Ripley. So now what it's looking like at WrestleMania is Bianca versus Io Sky. My question to you, gentlemen, is what are your thoughts on it? And do y'all think that this match will deliver? Is WrestleMania material?
Rhea did that to herself. Rhea lost that match herself.
Mm-hmm.
That's and me and Teddy like we talked about this. Because Rhea's always strike me as a person to want to get a legitimate get back on the person who beat her previously.
Right.
She did it with Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? In a big match situation. Going into this, Io was 2 up on Rhea, correct?
2 or 3, something.
Yeah, 2 or 3. However many matches it was, like Rhea, I know it was more than one.
Yeah.
And Rhea never beat Io. So based on how I view Rhea and really kind of how the public I feel viewed Rhea as, she would want to make that a definitive victory over somebody who has pinned her twice before. So when Bianca's out there and she's telling, and mind you, this is a situation where there's 1 current and 2 former champions, right? There ain't nothing but champions out there, like 2 in the ring, 1 ringside. The former champion is outside, is like, I'm looking at these 2 champions in the ring like, hey, I want to, whoever I'm going to face at WrestleMania, I want there to be a definitive winner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she's like, hey, come on, Io, get back in the ring on some encouraging. It wasn't like a physical assist or anything like that, because I do believe that if the roles were reversed on the other side, she would have did the exact same thing to Rhea. For Rhea, like, yo, Rhea, come on, girl, get back in. When Rhea gets so upset, which kind of shocked me, was you take it upon yourself to confront Bianca over something that you really shouldn't have confronted her on. You put your hands on her.
Yeah.
You get so, your focus turns so much to something that has nothing to do with what's going on inside the ring. even when you had Io in a position to finish the match, you turn and say, "I'll see you at Mania, Bianca," totally forgetting that you got a job to do in the ring. Because leading up to this, she really looked past Io the entire time.
Yeah.
Even to build up to the match, she was like, "I'm going to WrestleMania, but first I got to take care of Io." She didn't think she didn't give Io a shot of beating her,
Mm-mm.
and really nobody did, considering the trajectory that Rhea's been on.
Right.
Nobody gave Io that. I even thought it was a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
That Rhea was winning. So when it happened,
What he wanted you to think.
right. So when it happened, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, well, Rhea did that to herself. Now, as far as the match, the question of, is the match going to deliver? I think so.
Yeah.
I do think so. They're athletic enough.
Mhm.
They take direction. You know what I'm saying? They take direction well.
Yep.
It's going. I feel like that match might actually steal the show of that night.
Yeah.
It actually might. I don't think people are really giving it the credit that
Exactly.
they really need to. I really feel like that might be the world. That might be night one's
Match of the night.
match of the
Match
night.
of the night.
Absolutely.
I think, and I'm glad you said that you thought it was a foregone conclusion, because last week I said that the winner of the EC is going to have a direct correlation to who wins that world title match.
You did.
And
You did.
after I felt, and I told Tay, when Bianca won, I said Rhea losing. I said Rhea's losing.
Yeah.
Because if you look at who has the most, and we talked about this too, Bianca and Rhea have history as far as being together on the same shows and stuff like that. But when it comes to rubbing elbows, Bianca and Io, Bianca got unfinished business because, and we seen it to taste despair, Io cashed in on Bianca.
After the ladder match.
Yes.
No, not after the ladder match. It was the
It was SummerSlam.
It was SummerSlam. It wasn't
last year, the year before last.
It was it was last year.
It was last year or 23, one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year was in Cleveland.
No, so it was the year before last.
Year
Year before last.
last.
Watch it at your house.
Exactly.
Oh, how,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because wait, was it SummerSlam or was it a Money in the Bank?
It was SummerSlam.
No, it was SummerSlam
Because
because remember I was like,
Right. She
SummerSlam
cashed
is
in.
not Bianca's event. She always loses at
And remember
SummerSlam and
when
is fighting till WrestleMania.
Bianca had won. I think it was a triple threat match or something
Right.
like that. Bianca had won, and we was like, okay, she cool. And then EO music hit.
But I thought Io had one Money in the Bank, and then later on in the night that was a triple threat match, and then she ended up.
Liv.
That was Liv.
That was Liv. Okay, all right.
On the same night.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Got you.
But Io won Money in the Bank, and she cashed in at SummerSlam, and she took it from Bianca.
Yeah, I totally forgot.
And then they gave
Yeah.
Io the new undisputed
one.
belt.
Yes, which that never made sense to me either, because if you're gonna give somebody a new championship situation, why would you not give it to the person who had held it
Had it, yeah.
well over a year? You feel what I'm saying? Like
So yeah.
that never made sense to me either.
So as far as who has the most history rubbing elbows is Io and Bianca, and then we also and I think them two having their match by themselves would be lights out.
Yeah.
Be great. I think it's gonna be a triple threat match. Because remember we talked about that spot where they said could have been a DQ.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be Rhea's way to insert herself back in and then make it a triple threat match. And I think a triple threat match with them three,
That would go crazy.
tonight.
That would go crazy.
Yeah, I think that match, because we've seen all the women be involved in these, matches where it's like a collective of them, right? And we've all sat there and said it didn't look the cleanest.
But
I think these three together,
Out.
yeah, this might be the seamless women's triple threat we have ever seen.
Because it works. Because you have Io for those high spots and stuff.
She ain't scared.
She's not scared of anything. You have Rhea who now can lead a match. And then you have Bianca that can fill in that middle ground. She's the hybrid. It all works together.
Absolutely.
So yeah. And I think I'm hoping it's a triple threat match because I think Rhea's going to add what will be missing. Even though I think it would still be a great match, but Rhea's going to add to what will be missing from Bianca versus Io 101.
Yeah, I totally agree. I agree with you that it can very well end up being a triple threat because I don't see
Rhea's not going to be. She's going to be on Mania.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't see Mania. I don't see a WrestleMania without Rhea Ripley involved.
Yeah, she's
like
going to be at Mania.
I don't see it.
And I don't see them dropping her back down to do the thing with Liv. I think she's going to be
That's
world title picture.
That ship is sailed, man. I'm over that.
Yeah, I think she'll be in that world title picture.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Moving on. Guess who's back?
Randy?
The Viper, Randy Orton. Randy Orton came back and attacks Kevin Owens during that unsanctioned match between he and Sami Zayn. Do we see Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania?
I think that's the match.
It has to be.
And I'm going to say that was the match of the night for me. That unsanctioned match, to me, that was match of the night.
Yeah.
They did.
That was match of the night. There was something.
It was the Women's Elimination Chamber.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
But I think for me personally, from storytelling to spots to everything, it was match of the night. There was one thing that we talked about that was kind of iffy. I think they should have cleaned that up a little bit. When KO when Sammy dropped toe hold KO and he headbutted the chair that was wrapped in barbed wire and he didn't bleed.
Yeah.
For me, it was like, okay, you just headbutted a steel chair. When you got hit in the back with it, your skin broke.
Yeah.
So I feel like you headbutting it, and he literally, that was all his head.
Yeah.
I feel like he should have been bleeding.
Absolutely.
But outside of that little tidbit, to me, it was top tier. And yeah, I think we're building towards KO and Randy, and I think that's the only reason Randy didn't punt him.
Yeah, absolutely. For that type of a grudge, that's a grudge match for real.
Yes.
Coming up, you know what I'm saying? Because I think when Randy came back initially at War Games, it was this Randy we had never seen before. And I'm not talking in stature, you know what I'm saying?
Just how he acts.
Just how he acts, his whole demeanor, you know what I mean?
Yeah, his aura.
Yeah, like him playing a lot to the crowd and everything. Cool.
I've been eating.
You gonna say,
I've been eating.
Yeah.
I think you about to say what I was finna say. I think you about to say.
This Randy, KO woke up the Legend Killer.
Yeah.
KO woke up the Legend Killer. Cause
I ain't seen that lick in Randy out since I was in high school.
Yeah. This is bald head Randy energy.
Ball game.
This is bald head Randy.
2009, shade head, anybody can get.
Just psychopath. I'm RKOing your mama, your wife, your father-in-law, your daddy, your kids. Anybody can get it. Like, and that's the Randy that showed up.
Anybody
at EC.
Yeah.
KO woke up a whole demon.
Yeah. Who has been suppressed. Randy was enjoying his second stint.
He
tried to take it from him.
He was fine. Like, that's
happy, just
like
glad Randy, to be here.
Randy made it. Randy came back. He enjoying life.
Yeah, like
good. I'm just happy to be here now.
Oh no, KO. You done messed up, dog.
I know a lot of
like, you done messed up, bro.
A lot of the young fans, like this year is for us.
Yeah,
this year has been for us. A lot of y'all young ones, y'all don't understand why John turning is such a big deal. Y'all don't understand why we so hype about Randy coming back with this whole thing. Y'all don't understand. But what y'all gonna find out is the Viper ain't got nothing on the Legend.
Not a thing.
No.
Ain't got nothing.
Not a thing. Them voices in his head.
Yeah, they coming back and I seen the look. That far off blaze he took them steps back to that corner. I got hyped because he finna punt kick him. Y'all don't understand.
Yeah.
Y'all don't understand.
That punt
it was banned
on the shelf.
It was banned. He gave Vince McMahon a concussion. He punt kicked Vince McMahon. He punt kicked Triple H. Shane. He punt kicked the whole family.
Like, legit. And I'm sorry, there is no, for those who have never been kicked in the head, like, I'm a combat athlete. I spar 2 to 3 times a week with shin guards on. There's not enough. There's no amount of pull of a kick that you can do that will but for a blow to the head from a shin or a foot. There's just not. And if you look at if you go back and look how Randy punts, it is all instep shin to the cranium.
Yeah.
And he used to do his punt when he was 245. Randy is a smooth 300 pounds now.
He been eating.
Yeah. He was get concussing and knocking people out at 245. He might kill KO.
Yeah. He might kill. That punt might do more damage than what we're giving credit.
Yeah.
Like, it might do. We sit here talking about it, but this might send KO. KO might be on the shelf for a little bit.
Yeah.
My uncles used to say, everybody Billy Badass until you meet Billy Badass. And KO about to meet him.
Yeah. Up close in person.
He about to meet him.
That's why my second word for my reaction for Elimination Chamber was going to be nostalgic, because that has always been my thing, is that I wanted to get back to the chaos of how it was in the 90s. I want to get back to, the Attitude Era. I want to get back to, Raw is War. I want to get back to, you have to pay attention every single week, every single night, because anything can happen.
Absolutely.
For me, everything seemed so put together and, okay, we're doing this segment. Moving on, we're doing this segment now. I want all of them to intertwine throughout the night, throughout the PLEs, and that's what Triple H is bringing us now. And it has that same feeling of that time period, but it's fresh and it's new in how they're delivering it, and I love that.
Yes.
It took him a while to cook it up, but now
he cooking with grease.
He cooking with grease.
This is cast iron skillet.
Yeah.
And then you speaking on nostalgia, I know Voices is your favorite song.
Yes.
But now Voices is going to hit different, because when Randy debuted that song, he was legitimately hearing Voices.
Yeah.
Now he's back to that. I'm just waiting for him to come out and have that glazed over eye. He go crazy. He not cutting little cute promos. KO, I want you.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
If he come out with the bald head, it's wrap.
If Randy shave his head, it's over.
Oh, bald head, no vest, it's a wrap.
It's over.
It's over.
It's done.
I'm scared.
Now let's get to the main event. Let's get to the men's Elimination Chamber match. John Cena shocks the world, wins the Elimination Chamber match, the men's match. He called his shot, and he didn't miss. But then
there's more.
First, before we get to that, I want to give John credit, because we see people who come back and have to do 5-minute spots and stuff. John was in the wrestling. Like, he
was in there. And that's not something that I don't think we really anticipated
at all.
Because like when he, John is pushing a certain age, you know what I mean? And then to 50, he about 50, like 47, 40, something like that. And to be in that type of match with that structure around them, that's a lot to ask somebody who's not taking regular bumps like that.
Yeah.
And he just came off of filming. Like, he was, right. The whole time he was gone, he wasn't at home. He was filming. So he might have got some bumps in here and there, but he wasn't training like
no, not at all.
So for him to wrestle, and like I mentioned with Tay, he wrestled, and once the match was over, he wasn't heavy breathing. He wasn't doing nothing.
It was as natural as breathing for him.
Yeah.
It's like he didn't miss a beat. He was back in that.
And that's gotta give him kudos for that.
Absolutely.
Shout out to you, John.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. Shout out to Drew McIntyre for doing exactly what we wanted him to do.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for that loss.
Thank you, Drew.
We look forward to you losing a lot.
We look forward to your continued failures.
Yeah,
that was
because the crash outs are always epic, whether they on camera or on social media. We love them.
Yeah,
keep them coming.
Thank you for what you do, Drew. As much as we, doing what you do best. As much as we talk about you, you entertain us all. And, you know, if you got to lose to get that check, then do what you got to do. I ain't mad at it. Get your money.
Yeah. This was surprisingly good. Like, there was some people I was kind of shaky on, but this EC match, it was really good. Yeah.
What did y'all think of Punk's performance?
This is his best performance since coming back.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Like, he didn't look like he was out of shape. He didn't look like you need to go back and train. Like, that's what I was saying. That when Punk came back in, he looked sluggish. He 2 minutes in the match, he all red and out of shape.
He's
like,
blown up.
Yeah, he was blown up. This was a really good showing for him. And I like the callback that him and John did to 2010, 2011. I like that callback when they had their one-on-one spots and stuff like that. So that was cool. That, speaking on nostalgia, that was a cool moment, and I'm glad they got to have that.
Yeah, I'm glad. My bad. I'm glad how they teamed up on Seth.
Yes,
to get him out. That was Like Seth took it to get for him before when he got eliminated. Like you catch a GTS and a AA dog. Like,
oh, but he got his get back.
Oh boy, did he get his get back. I'm actually, so we talking about concussion. I'm actually surprised Punk showed up Monday.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Because he ate all of that.
Yeah, that was...
Me and Teddy told you, though, that that Punk ain't got nothing on Seth. I'm sorry.
Man, listen.
Punk ain't got nothing on Seth. I'm sorry.
Man, listen.
And I love you, CM Punk, and please don't think that it's disrespect, because I love you, okay? I love you on the microphone, unmatched. Love it. But he ain't got nothing on Seth freaking Rollins. I'm sorry.
Look, man, I'm not gonna let y'all go with me into that conversation. I'm not finna do it.
Okay, how about
I'm not finna do it.
To have a spin-off episode to talk about this, because this needs to be documented, debated, and resolved.
Well, we'll talk about that, but I got something you can't refute. Inside the square circle, Punk ain't got nothing on Seth.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I got you. I can give you that.
Really mad at me.
No. I can give you that.
Really upset.
I can give you that, because that's...
Man, for y'all don't... Trap,
dog, listen.
No, Trap is a combat athlete, like Muay Thai trained, BJJ.
He is a trainer, like successful, all of
that stuff. So he get real passionate, and I started it to bother him. There was an episode of Raw. Where they was tussling out there, and
when
Seth
Punk first came back,
and Seth was giving Punk that work, and I said, Trap, you can't do nothing with that boy. You can't do nothing with him. And then, he was like, so you think that he could do... Punk is a trained fighter. That whole thing. Now, me personally, I've gotten to fist fight with trained fighters, and it didn't end well for them. So me personally, I have my bias, not taking away from him and Travis's training. If me and him get into a squabble, it's going to be a squabble. Not taking nothing away from him, not taking nothing away from me. So he get real passionate when we start... When I bother him about mixed martial artists and their shortcomings against real niggas.
Yeah. Listen, man. I don't think... Look, okay.
Oh, save it for the other shit.
Okay. All right, we're going to have an episode.
Let's move on.
Yeah, we're going to move... Moving on. Moving on, let's see. John Cena did a thing after
he did.
After Cody told The Rock, go F yourself.
Yeah.
That was great. Shout out to Cody for
Shout out to WWE for building that. They was muting the holy shit chant. They was
yeah, they're muting all of that.
But they let Cody say that to put emphasis on
I had to rewind it.
I said,
I'm like, did they really say that? He really say that? Yeah. But yeah, like they let
during the broadcast.
Yeah, they let that go.
Mr. Family Man Cody, the shaking hands and kissing babies, Cody.
That boy from Atlanta.
Make a wish, Cody.
Break a wish.
Cody break a wish now?
No, John
break a wish. Now, I will say, for those who don't know, I was invited to be a guest on another podcast, another wrestling podcast. And shout out to y'all for lining that up.
Yeah.
We were, you know how we
What was the name of the show?
Oh,
Put it in the
Josh Zodiac podcast.
Okay, y'all check them out.
So we were spit, just how we do sometimes, so we, a lot of the times we spitball stuff out. We kind of throw
like
stuff
what
out.
if?
Yeah, what if? See what sticks, see what makes sense. So there was some things that happened leading up to EC that Friday night. Everybody was going up to Cody and saying, "Hey, you shouldn't do it because of X, Y, and Z. You should tell Rock to go, whatever." The one person that stood out to me in that whole thing was Miz. Because Miz was the only one that came up to him and said, "Hey, bro, take the deal because if you don't, somebody else will." So as that episode is going on, we're talking, and I'm like, that got brought up, and I agree, this was a far-fetched thing, but it just made me think, because we all put Hogan and Cena in the same category of who's the face of the business. So when I got to thinking about that, I asked him, I was like, "Hey, look up how old Hogan was when he turned." Not necessarily that was his last year, his last run.
Right.
But when the turn happened, how old was Hogan? Hogan was 43 years old when he turned at Bash at the Beach. John is 47. John is at a place just like Hogan was where we never would
expect
that this is going to happen. Right? Never would have thought it. We were looking at, I was like, yo, I think we're looking at this all wrong. And I'm thinking of conversations that we had as far as like, is it beneficial for Cody to turn heel?
Right.
We want to see it, but is it beneficial just yet? Because he hasn't really solidified as the ultimate babyface, that Cody. You feel what I'm saying?
It wouldn't be as much payoff as it could.
Exactly. It really could. It really could. Now, mind you, I did say, we would get a Cody heel turn depending on who won. But
this goes back. I'm gonna cut you off. But this goes back to when we said that when we was talking about Cody turning heel. That was we had to make him as a babyface, because remember we were saying with the Roman thing that was a good time for him to turn. That would have been a trade off.
Right.
So that's going to the Cena thing. Yeah. This is a good time now. You build him up as an ultimate babyface. Yeah. Which is what happened with Roman.
Right.
Because he was the heel. Cody was the biggest babyface. Right. And was like, that was the best time to turn because he was already up there.
Exactly.
So this is what you're saying.
So now so now when Cena and him are going, I'm like, okay, this is great. Like, this is a huge opportunity for him to turn heel, because nobody's thinking John Cena is gonna flip, because if it would have happened, we've all thought, okay, yeah, this would have been happening. But then I got to thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, given that Hogan thing I threw out as far as the age is concerned, and we definitely said that Cody is not giving Rock the answer that he wants. And Rock made it very clear, you need to give me this answer by this time. Or else.
Yeah.
And then he even made it even more clear in the ring at the EC. We both said to each other, wait a minute, Cena's turning. Did not call it for EC. We would have thought, hey, if you want to make Mania the biggest thing ever, this Mania, and it being in Vegas and all of that, the turn, however it goes, needs to happen at Mania. But we said Cena's turning. Did not think it was going to be at the EC.
I'm going to argue the point to where, not argue, but piggyback when you said, if you need to make this Mania the biggest, Cena has to turn, doing it now would be perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he's already turned. Tickets is going crazy.
Crazy. People are going to do what they got. People going to sell blood to get them tickets.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're having a Live in the Gimmick garage sale to get us to WrestleMania.
Like, absolute. Like, are you crazy? Because before that,
don't see the link right here.
Exactly, because we all sat there and talked about it. Like, from a business standpoint, this is in Vegas. That's the entertainment capital of the world. to find out that they still having issues and struggles trying to sell tickets to get it sold out.
Nothing on there that was like, because Jay was great, but we seen that story already.
Right. It was
There was
exactly
nothing on the card at the time that was like, all right, I go to Mania because it's Mania, but it's nothing like I really wanted to see. That's completely different now.
it's
Completely different now.
yeah. And come to find out, only 3 people knew about the turn.
Rock.
That was Rock, Tripp, and Nick Khan. Cena didn't even know about it until
The day of.
the day of. So they're doing, if we're talking about keeping
Keeping it close.
keeping it close to the vest, keeping it kayfabe, keeping on a, this doesn't leave this room on some
Like, don't even think about it once we leave.
like don't
We
didn't have this conversation.
We're not even
Right.
gonna chance it. Because if it leave the room, we know it was us 3 that talked about it. One of us told.
Yeah.
And that's accountability, but that goes to having a wrestler, 2 wrestlers at the helm,
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
because they understand the importance and how big it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we apologizing to trips and stuff, but I think people owe Rock an apology too. 'Cause
Yeah.
Rock showed up and people was like, "What we doing?" When he showed up at
When he debuted the final boss type,
Yeah,
of
it was like,
thing, it's like,
and then
okay.
was it when Rock and was it Backlash when Rock and Cody had teamed up and he came out and counted the 3 and did the
Yeah.
flash and walked away?
Yeah.
It's like, what we doing? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think people need that man say, shut up and enjoy the ride.
Yeah. This is
Like that man say, because this is a ride. And every
just
time,
roll and shut your mouth.
and every
Exactly.
time people question Dwayne, they question him with the Cody thing, and that was sentimental.
mm-hmm.
It was.
So I mean, the man know what he talking about. That's all the man know what he talking about. But with Rock, my question now is, where do we go from here? Not saying like not the obvious of him and Cena running and all this other stuff, but people are saying that when he came at Backlash or whatever it was,
Or Bad Blood.
Bad Blood.
Bad
I think it
Blood.
was Bad Blood. He
Yeah, they didn't
agreed
do backlash.
with the throat slash, but at EC he counted to 2
Uh-huh.
and did the throat slash. So people was like, is he counting down to build up his little faction and regime? Because Travis Scott ain't gonna be there. He's not counting.
No.
So there's something with that too.
I wouldn't. I don't put anything, because look, if we know of anything about Dwayne, he knows how to get a script going. He knows how to build something up. He knows how to promo. That man is the biggest thing in entertainment.
Yep.
Yeah.
We need not question Dwayne Douglas Johnson.
I have no.
We need not question that man. Let that man do what he doing.
His middle name is Douglas for real?
Yeah, Dwayne Douglas Johnson.
Dewey. Shout out to Dewey.
Let Dewey cook, and we gonna smell what it is later on.
Yeah.
Let him do what he doing.
Because he talking. He said the dream is gonna die again. I wonder what dream died.
The American one.
Well, that one died in 15.
Yeah, that one. Hey man, look man, the final boss is the most devious character I've probably ever seen, and here's why.
The belt.
Yes,
The belt had clothes, but it had the date
it had the date that Dusty died on it, and then you gonna wipe blood on it, and then at the press conference, you gonna put it right next to you,
Yeah.
and then go back into exec mode.
Yeah.
While that man's come on, man.
That's what's
that's enough to drive
the
somebody up.
switch, the
I feel
Dr.
like-
Jekyll and Mr.
Man,
thing he got going.
Rock is a psycho.
I feel like the final boss character is gonna be everything Vince's character should have been.
I did not think about.
Vince's character was great.
Yeah,
He was great. But Vince's character was it was the executive and the person. Rock can switch. Rock is playing that Two-Face kind of role.
Yeah, absolutely.
He can switch on the drop of a dime. So like I think that the final boss is going to be everything that Vince's character should have been. Not saying it's going to be a greater character than Vince, but it's going to play out the way Vince's character should have been. I think Vince's character would have been much better if Vince McMahon, the mastermind, and Vince McMahon, the owner, were two different people.
Yeah.
I think that could have played
Yeah.
out so much better.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that Rock is doing that now, oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, Rock is it's a lot. And right after the show went off, I said I posted on my story, what a time to be a wrestling fan, to be alive and a wrestling fan in 2025. Because we are seeing a lot of things play out that could be viewed as callbacks, but it is like on steroids right now.
Yeah, it's not corny.
No.
Not at all.
It's not corny.
It's not cliche. It's not corny, as you said. This is wild. This is a wild situation. This is a wild time to be a wrestling fan.
Unpredictability is that's what was missing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Unpredictability was what was missing.
Yeah.
And we've talked about that on previous shows. The unpredictability, the lack of the element of surprise.
Yeah.
That is what's missing, and with the collection of Nick Khan, Triple H, and Dwayne has literally brought that back. And I love it.
Yeah. I love it. Well, gentlemen, now it's time for our new final segment called Cutting a Promo.
So the question is, do you want to get your business out the way first?
Let me explain what cutting a promo is.
Man, I'm sorry.
It's a new segment. Let me introduce it.
Because you do have to get that out there.
Yeah, I have to get it out of the way. I might go last.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I'll go
You
last.
got to get that business out the way because I feel like that has to be handled.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, because there's weight to that. There's weight to that. Yeah.
There's a whole lot of weight to that.
It's a lot of layers to it too, and
Death, taxes, and Bianca Belair.
Yeah. So what cutting a promo is, that's our final thoughts for the day. Each one of us has 3 minutes to talk about whatever wrestling related we'd like to talk about. Do you want to rant? Do you want to finish or clarify something that we debated earlier? Do you have something that's making you upset or something you're excited about? That is cutting a promo, and I guess I will go first.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, ladies and gentlemen, I committed a cardinal sin.
Cardinals
saying this.
I had the
Treason.
nerve. I had the nerve, the audacity, and the unmitigated gall to bet against the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair. I said that I did not believe that Bianca Belair would win. And so I have written a sincere and official apology
Oh, you did?
Yes.
to Bianca Belair.
Oh, wow. No, she definitely should have went. I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know that. Go ahead.
Okay, nah.
No. I want to hear this.
Yeah. We locked in.
Bianca, I will be sending this to you via DM. I hope it reaches you at some
I'm
point.
tagging Bianca on everything.
Hey, y'all, help me to get this to Bianca. She is the only 2-time Women's Elimination Chamber winner, and I have an official apology that I will read now. This is hard. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand or sit before you today as a humbled individual. Last week, in a moment of weakness, a moment of absolute foolishness, I bet against Bianca Belair. I don't know what got into me. Maybe I got caught up in the chaos of Elimination Chamber. Maybe I let doubt creep in. I don't know. But momentarily, I forgot that Bianca Belair, the Bianca Belair, is built different. But the fact remains, I bet against the EST, and for that, I must atone. Bianca, if you're listening, and I hope you're listening, I owe you an apology. You walked into Elimination Chamber. You put 5 other women on notice and you reminded the entire world exactly who you are. The strongest, the fastest, the roughest, the toughest, the smartest, the greatest, the best. And me, I was the wrongest. I don't care what happens next. I don't care if you're about to turn heel, break hearts, join forces with Jade, take Naomi out, or become the most dangerous version of yourself that we have ever seen. From this day until my last day, I will never bet against you, Bianca Belair, again. You are WrestleMania made flesh. You are the walking, talking, braided up blueprint of greatness. You don't just shine under the lights. My girl, you are the brightest light. And let me tell y'all something right here and right now. You can't spell WrestleMania without EST. Thank you.
I ain't gonna lie, man. You did that. You did that. I'm shocked.
I have nothing else to
You
say.
gave a whole State of the Union.
Mm-hmm.
You really felt that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because how dare I?
I ain't gonna lie. Like that's definitely some merch that can be.
Oh,
That death tag.
yeah. That's actually Bianca.
Belair.
And that, trust me, when she say EST, it's gonna be bold letters that pop up on the screen. When she say EST, I'm tagging Bianca and everything.
Yo, and you can't spell you can't spell WrestleMania without EST. Listen, man,
We need to get her some ring gear.
listen, hey man. I know we talk about like we all give our we still on you, right?
Okay, that's fine.
We still on you.
I can take the whole segment this week. That's fine.
Yeah.
We all give our give our dealer for ourselves as far as like, man, you should sign me for this or sign me for that. No. That was very Paul Heyman like.
Yeah. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen.
That was good.
Shout out
that was
to
very
Paul Heyman.
And it was genuine.
I watch your interviews and I'm listening and I'm paying attention. And I appreciate what you do.
Yeah.
All week she been talking about I look like an ass.
Yeah.
As I bet against Bianca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look crazy. Roxanne Perez, really? Shout out to Texas, but come on.
Rox put on the show in there.
Shout out to you, Roxanne. Okay. But Bianca Belair.
Yeah, you of all people can't bet against Bianca.
No.
You of all people can't. When you was about to cry when she got cashed in on?
I cried real tears.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she went to the bathroom on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went to the bathroom on that.
She really went from on top of the world to the depths of the earth in like 5 seconds.
You could put that clip in right here too.
I gotta find it, but when Be Nasty probably got it.
Yeah, she definitely got
it. Nasty got it.
When Bianca won, the elation on her face, and when the EO song hit,
it was I felt bad. I felt
I cried.
I felt bad, and I was like, ah. It went to genuine concern, like, yo, like, Ty, you good?
Yeah, that was gross.
When we say we're living the gimmick, we are.
Absolutely.
We fully immerse into this life.
That was rough.
Wrestling is life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we want to end it on. We want to give ours, or what you want to do?
I'm not following that.
Yeah, I think we can.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think we can hold off. I'll hold off of what I got to say because I've been sitting on this for a little while. I can wait.
No, let's just say.
No, I can wait.
Yeah, we could end on that.
I can wait because if that I don't want to break. Mine has a little more vitriol to it, so that right there was a sincere.
I'll say it. I want to hear the vitriol.
Yeah.
I feel like you've been sitting on this.
Okay, listen. We are fans.
Yes.
Yeah. Right? More than and as fans, we are the consumer of the product.
Yes.
Yes.
Not once do we go around saying or giving claim to we know what goes on behind the scenes.
No.
Or we know what it is to travel.
No.
Up and down the road, putting our bodies on the line.
No.
Night in, night out. 220, sometimes 250 nights out of the year for years on end.
Away from your family.
Missing milestones. We don't lay claim to that.
We see our family every day.
Exactly. Now, in saying that, and I'm talking directly to you legends. Whether it be Mark Henry, whether it be Bubba Dudley, whether it be Ric Flair, whomever. Those are just names I'm giving. And I respect y'all so much. I'm fans of all of you. What you're not going to do is disrespect the consumer. Because our point of view comes from what's being showed to us on television. Some of us have been watching this all of our lives, to include watching you all. And what's been put in front of us, in watching it now, if we can sit here and say, wait a minute, this looks like that, they should probably do this so it looks different, or whatever the case may be. If we didn't like it then, and it comes back around to where it's looking like something that we didn't like then is happening now, we're going to voice it. We are not the talent. We are the consumer. I would dare say there wouldn't be any talent without the consumer.
There wouldn't be.
Y'all wouldn't have had a job or an arena to travel to if we weren't buying a ticket. We will never disrespect y'all as the performers and what y'all had to go through, because we totally respect that and we appreciate it.
Yes.
And when some of y'all won world championships, Mark Henry, you included, during your Hall of Pain campaign, we were genuinely excited about it because we understood, it was your time, and we called for it, happy, elated, genuinely. But brother, sir, you will not disrespect, neither of your peers will disrespect anything we got to say from a fan's standpoint. Period. Say what you want, call me what you want. I stand on that.
10 toes.
That's it.
Woo. It needed to be said.
It definitely needed to be said.
It needed to be said.
Yeah. And I'm call me the voice of the fan.
He's the voice of the voiceless.
Call me that.
Wow.
We in Texas. I done been to a few local shows.
You could find us. Whew. Here's what I will say on that is, yes, y'all as the performers, as the legends, as the experts that y'all are, we was on the couch at home watching y'all all night long. We was paying for the pay-per-views. We paying for the tickets. We're doing all of the things. We're able to have an opinion and to critique.
Yep.
Exactly. We can critique y'all. Y'all are not above reproach.
And we may not understand everything, and that's where y'all's podcast bring us into that side and
Exactly.
teach us, but come from a place of teaching, because you don't know what you don't know. That's what we look to y'all for with y'all's content that y'all make now that y'all are retired.
Exactly.
That's what you bring to the table, and that's what we love about you. We appreciate that about you. You don't have to downplay what it is that we have to say
Exactly.
as the fans.
Because you accept all the praise.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, the fans realize that this is entertainment, and yes, our show is called Living the Gimmick, but this is not real life. It's not. Death threats to these performers, all of this stuff that goes on is ridiculous too.
It's ridiculous.
They are doing a job.
For real.
They are doing a job. They don't need no death threats from you, nothing like that. You hear me talking all the time about Drew McIntyre. Never once have I sent him an email, a DM, a video, or nothing like that telling him that he don't need to be doing this no more, that we hate him, that we hate his family, and we gonna do this, that, and the third. No, nobody is out here doing, like, no.
Yeah, because
If you're doing that and you are a fan, you are doing too much.
Yeah. Stalking and sending things to people's personal address. Like, y'all clowns.
You're weird.
yeah,
Y'all weird for that. Whole goofy.
yeah.
You're weird.
What you got to say about that?
Well,
Word. I'm with it. I'm all the way with it. Mind you, what I said, I'm not looking for it. Nobody's looking for a physical confrontation.
No.
Nobody's looking for that. Now, go back into earlier in the show and how going to the Punk Seth Rollins conversation that my brother mentioned me and what I do. That lets you know how comfortable I am with a physical confrontation, but that's not what that was about.
No.
This was about the disrespect that I believe has been shown religiously by those who we grew up watching and those that we, dare say idolize to a point. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all don't like the terms that we use when it comes to kayfabe and all that. For some reason, some of y'all have a problem with us using that but that's the term that y'all put out to us.
We learned it from.
That's what it's called. We learned all of this from you. Like spilling more money on spilled liquor than being made in a year, wearing driving nice cars and wearing suits and all of that. Look at what's in front of the camera right now. Y'all birthed this.
Yeah.
Y'all birthed this fandom. So to downplay how we see it based from the only perspective that we can come from is from the consumer and from what y'all give to us to view, to watch. That's a slap in the face. Because we don't disrespect y'all craft. We don't disrespect y'all sacrifice. Y'all not going to disrespect us as fans, especially when this sports entertainment medium has been a safe place for a lot of us. All of our lives, going back to kids when we was trying to get away from certain things. I'm not even going to get too deep into that. But if you can pick up what I'm putting down, you understand where I'm coming from. Some of us, this was the only thing we had to escape, watching y'all. Don't ever do that again. That's really all I got to say about it. I can keep going, but I'm done. I'm done with it.
Ooh. This was heavy, but it needed to be said. Thank you. Thank you for that, Trap. I concur.
I don't care for y'all.
Y'all really cutting promos out here. That's cool.
I mean, that's a segment, ain't it?
That's cool.
Now I had to read mine, but that's just because it was my official statement.
Yeah, that was
Travis over here cut the actual promo right now, and that was great. I appreciate that. It needed to be said. Well, gentlemen, that was another episode.
Yeah, man.
It was an extended episode. If you're still watching, put no kayfabe in the comments so we know that you made it to this point. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to we'll put his info right here and his message about Logan Paul and what Travis Trap said about
on TikTok.
Yeah, our dude on TikTok. I don't have your name in front of us, but we're shouting you out. Make sure that y'all, follow him and all those things. Thank you for that. Follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe to the page. If you have been watching for a while, we used to just do an audio podcast. Now we are on video on YouTube. Make sure you go to Living the Gimmick on YouTube and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on any of the good things and the stuff, all of the things. Don't miss out on it. Remember, y'all, in this business, you either live the gimmick or the gimmick lives you. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.